everyone, Random here. Oh, you guys all know what we're here for today. You've seen the thumbnail, you guys have seen this all over Twitter. We're talking about the whole Fanboy Tears mugs, and the whole mentality, basically, that this represents. Now, I know what happens every time anybody on Twitter or online sees something from months and months ago, and it gets blown out of proportion. Absolutely. The problem is, they kind of double down on this assholism. They double down on this mentality. And they say, well, if you don't like it, we're just going to make it worse. We're just going to shove this nonsense in your face. We're going to make it so much worse so that you guys cry about it. Because we enjoy you crying about it. So I really love what Skull One has said here. I don't know why I don't follow Skull One. They follow me, but shout out to pretty much everybody who I've been seeing this these images from all day. And Skull One says it correctly. This is how your people at Lucasfilm treat the fans every day. Guess I'm a throwback to the days where if an employee did this in the morning, they would be looking for a new job in the afternoon. Exactly. This mentality, this whole doubling down on, and even if it's just a stupid fucking joke in bad taste, even if it's a dumb thing from months ago on a shelf, like the original picture that went out there that I'm not even gonna bother pulling up because I don't even care. This is a new one. This is from today. Even if we take that into consideration and say, yeah, we may have overreacted on it, and we may have, it may just be a joke in poor taste. They double down. Then you have people like Amanda Ward, and I actually follow her on Twitter because I kind of want to know how she thinks. I kind of want to know how she works, and I think I have a good idea of it. But she has like I also have this bullying mentality of prequel hater, tears, and things. And, go away, Amanda. Oh, my 2 cents on this. I have worked a lot of shitty jobs. I have worked at a lot of corporations and a lot of, coming more from a retail perspective, where if you said something that any customer or fan or anything could take out of context, your ass would be fired. Your ass would be fired. For the most part. If you are not part of a certain clique of people and if you're not part of the clique of people who are allowed to get away with it, and you're not bullying the pre-approved group of people that the company seems less than or less worthy than. Let me explain here. So in retail, the male definitely takes a lot of shit. You will have a group of female retail workers in department stores gang up on and basically sit around and male bash all day. And the second you say anything to agree with them, you're in HR because you agreed with them. Or they will gather around, if they're the pre-approved clique the managers like, they can say whatever the fuck they want negative about the company, and the second you agree with them, you're in the HR office for agreeing with them for being negative. Fuck yes, I'm negative. I'm agreeing with what they've been saying. They've been having negative comments all fucking day. Yes, I agree with them. The company is kind of going to shit because of a lot of shit that they're pulling. Oh, but I'm not allowed to say that because I'm not part of the clique. And this is exactly the type of thing I'm seeing with, like, the Star Wars Lucasfilm sort of pre-approved clique of pre-approved sites, pre-approved Twitter handles, pre-approved, writers, directors. You have these pre-approved people who can say whatever the fuck they want to say about people. They can male bash, they can fan bash, they can provoke, they can take things to the next level and be as hateful and horrible as they can, because the fans that Lucasfilm doesn't want are less than the fans that they do want. And that's just such a bullshit mentality in this day and age. You are not in a position where you can turn away customers in this day and age. Just look at all the stores that go out of business for it. Look at all the comic book stores that go out of business because they're turning away fans, because they don't agree with what the fans say, because of their woke ass fucking political ideals. And this is the same shit that's going on in Lucasfilm, and they're going to go under because of this. They are going to lose so much money on Star Wars. They've already lost money on Star Wars because they allow this pre-approved bullying to take place. And one of my biggest issues coming from my whole perspective of, I am not somebody who fits into cliques very well. I will very much float from one group to another and have a little bit in common with a little bit of everybody for the most part. But I always try and stay back. I always try and keep my distance from everybody for the most part, because I sometimes have opinions that go against the people I find friends, I find common interest with, I consider friends. And this is why, this is one of the things that doesn't sit well with me in society in general, is that every corporation has this to some extent. Some of them are better than others. Some of them, like take Guild Wars, for example. I think everybody's heard of the Guild Wars employee that was lashing out against fans on Twitter, and her ass was fired, and we all applauded. And that's amazing. The Guild Wars people in charge there did what they needed to do, and they cut the cancer out of their company. They don't let their employees treat people like this. When you represent a company, you have to have a certain mentality and a certain attitude of respect, in my opinion, that we aren't getting anymore in a lot of these companies. Mostly Lucasfilm, mostly coming from like the Lucasfilm sort of, it's okay. They're allowed to bully. They're allowed to perpetuate, because look at the higher ups doing it. Look at the higher ups like Kathleen Kennedy with her very feminist agendas. Look at, the Chuck Wendigs and the Ryan Johnsons who go around saying man babies all the time. So because they're all in this clique, they're allowed to do this. And that's one of the biggest problems with society in general. It is not, you don't get jobs based on how well you do your job for a lot of these companies. You get jobs based on what clique you're in, what group you can, what political agenda group you represent. Oh, we need a specific amount of this gender and this color and this, that. And, but we need them as long as they agree with us. We can't have anybody with an opposing opinion. We don't have that on our diversity fucking bingo card. We have this whole mentality nowadays that gets you promoted, gets you websites, gets you praise. It gets you handed a fucking prequel or a fucking trilogy. I'm looking at the prequel haters over here. I'm just gonna close her off. It gets you handed a movie trilogy when you have this fucking attitude and this mentality because you agree with somebody who lets you bully and shit. Are we okay with this in society? Is this something we need to change? Because I think this is something we really need to change. I really want to go back to a day and age where people can disagree about things like politics. People can disagree about, what movies they like without being called out for it. I liked The Last Jedi when I saw it in the theater, but I've had so much disrespect for Lucasfilm and its employees that it has really, soured a movie that I gave probably a 6 out of 10 because it had some pretty visuals and Mark Hamill acted his ass off. It has dropped that movie down so far for me that I'm on the side of the people who hate The Last Jedi now because of what the fucking Lucasfilm Corporation is allowing their assholes to do. It's allowing all these Star Wars sites. It's allowing employees to do things that are absolutely disrespectful. And they don't even send out a press statement saying, well, obviously, these are, these views don't represent Lucasfilm. That's just one fucking press statement would clear up so much. One apology from Lucasfilm, firing Ryan Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy and, getting rid of Chuck Wendig and his books and, just any of this shit. Fire these assholes. Don't, publicly distance yourself from these people who are out there fan bashing and male bashing. And do we really want this representing the films and the studios and the things we buy? Do we want to give money to this? I don't want to give attention to this. I don't want to give money to this shit. These assholes will make more money in their lifetime than I will ever, or in like a year than I will ever make in my lifetime. Like, especially Ryan Johnson, these people make so much money off of this shit. And it's not based on what it's based on what clique you're in. And it's just bullshit in the workplace, I wouldn't be allowed to work at a restaurant wearing a t-shirt saying, fuck what you want, we're going to make it the way we want to make it. Even somebody like Gordon Ramsay will still adjust a recipe for somebody's allergy or for somebody's taste, even though he might not agree with them. You still have a base customer service sort of thing if you're in the service industry or the entertainment industry. You are not politicians. You are not part of this whole statement of anything other than you're supposed to be making an entertaining film. You're supposed to be catering to a fan base to entertain them. We don't hear any of this shit coming out of Marvel. We don't hear any of this shit coming out of Pixar. You know, there's Marvel movies. I didn't see Ant-Man and the Wasp because I couldn't be arsed. I don't care. I don't care about it. I'm not a huge superhero movie fan. Nobody's calling me names because I didn't want to see it, you know? And that might be another video, why I didn't see Ant-Man and the Wasp. But it would probably a pretty boring short video. And the point is, they don't... Other companies don't put up with this shit. I don't know why Lucasfilm does. I don't know why... why they were allowed to with Ghostbusters 2016. They did the same shit where they're calling out fans and people who disagree with the movie, people who have genuine concerns about the movie, You know what I didn't hear? I didn't hear a whole lot of backlash when people were like, Gal Gadot might not be the best Wonder Woman before the movie came out. I didn't hear anything like that. Am I wrong? What did that happen? Did Marvel say, "Oh, you're just a sexist if you don't like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman? You're just a racist because she's Israeli?" I didn't hear any of that. Maybe because it didn't happen. That might be part of it. And there's a lot of people who are like kind of like, I don't know, she's kind of skinny, she doesn't look very tough. But then she played Wonder Woman and she blew us all away, and I absolutely fell in love with her. She has a smile that lights up the screen, and I fucking loved her as Wonder Woman. And you know why? I went to see the movie because even though I'm not the hugest superhero movie fan, I heard it was good. I wanted to give it a shot. And I haven't heard Marvel bashing any of its fans. I haven't heard Marvel doing any of this shit. I haven't heard Marvel getting, people representing Marvel getting into Twitter fights with people. Maybe they do. Maybe I just haven't heard about it. Am I wrong? Do they do this stuff? The point is, as somebody who has some degree of integrity, as somebody who can call out this bullshit, we live in a society where we are allowed to target and bully certain groups of people we feel less than about. Way back in the day, it was like racism stuff that was okay to get away with saying racist shit, and now we're in the same sort of day and age. Only the group has changed because now it's politically incorrect to say something racial, but now it's okay to target quote-unquote white trash or quote-unquote man babies or quote-unquote basement dwellers. As I'm recording this from a basement studio, so... and probably being in the income level of white trash myself. Like, the point is, we have this pre-approved groups that we can attack, and in this day and age is no different than back in the day where it was okay to target people racially. Now it's okay because we're still targeting people racially. It's just white people now are the problem, or we're still targeting people, we're targeting people more based on income now because you're not allowed to target people racially. So now you're targeting them this way, or now you're targeting them because they were upset over a movie, and we have these pre-approved, socially acceptable groups of people that we can go after, and it's bullshit. Can we stop this mentality and fucking be a little more intelligent about stuff? Can we look at things from a little bit more of a perspective of treating each other with some basic respect every once in a while? Because I know I'm tired of this shit. Are you guys tired of this shit too? Do you guys get called into HR for doing the same shit that other people do? Like, I've certainly been called into HR. I mean, do you think that this woman should probably have a talking to for having the man baby tears? Yeah, or Fanboy tears or whatever, and now Amanda Ward with her prequel hater tears. Should this mentality be something that's okay to have a public person, take? Should they be allowed to take this stand? I guess. Or do we want to not accept this? Do we want to just say, you know what, we're not going to accept this. This is disrespectful. Stop it, And I don't condone ever going in and attacking these people. If you are going to interact with them on Twitter, be respectful. Just say, hey, I can see why this would be taken wrong. I can see how this is disrespectful to some fans. And even though you don't agree with what the fans say, and even though they're kind of vocal, and sometimes somebody might call you out, sometimes somebody might say something really hateful, sometimes somebody might yell at you in all caps on Twitter. Diffuse the situation. Say, yeah, it's kind of a disrespectful and bullying sort of thing to have, and I can totally see how you would be offended by it. Maybe if they took that mentality and apologized once in a while, instead of doubling down and, you know, Amanda Ward pulling up this whole, oh, now I'm gonna drink from the tears of the prequel haters. The prequels were kind of not that great. People didn't like the prequels that much. People didn't start, you know, all of these organized fan movements to get the prequels remade. They didn't start YouTube channels, had they been a thing back in the day. The point is, can we just be a little more respectful of each other when we're dealing with this stuff? Can we not allow these cliques of people to bully fans, to bully other people? Can we put a stop to this in society for once and for all? I'm tired of it. I'm very tired of it. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up. If you hate it, hit the thumbs down. Subscribe if you're brand new, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!